So good evening everyone. Welcome to my new video again. So here today our main focus is decorator. I will explain how decorator works. Basically you will be wondering like why I have opened two files. Basically one is decorator and another file is custom decorator. Why I have opened? Okay, so basically in the first file you will be seeing that @check decorator is there. That means this is the main original file of decorator. Okay, so what is that the need of that second file? Okay, so here only check decorator file, this is the main check decorator file, and if we run that, decorator will execute. Okay, what is the need of that? And here we do not use the address check decorator, though check decorator function is there, but we have not used it. So what is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of using this, like opening this second file? There is a meaning. Okay, so if you concentrate on the first file decorator, and if you concentrate on the address check decorator, you will see it omits the particular specific task. Okay, okay, specific task. So specific task that we can understand in the second file. Okay, so first of all, if I explain the execution of the first file, suppose what we are doing, we are calling the function, okay, add number function with two arguments, okay, 16 and 14, and add numbers has receiving two arguments a and b. But before that, check decorator is there, add rate check decorator, so it will go to the add rate check decorator part. Okay, go to the check decorator function. Inside the check decorator function there is another function, that is wrapper function. Okay, so from address check decorator I have called the check decorator function, but inside that there is another function. But we know that in Python, until and unless we call a function, that function will not work. The function cannot be automatically walk function cannot automatically walks or executes until and unless we call it. First of all, see here, check decorator part will be execute function will execute because I have called this. At that check decorator I have called this function. Okay, this also executes, add number function also execute because I have called here. This function I have called here with the arguments. But what if the what about the wrapper function? I didn't call it. Okay, no one is calling the wrapper function. Okay, see, no one is calling the wrapper function. So how it will? So no one is calling the wrapper function. So how it will work? Okay, but it will work. Check decorator, when we use the decorator, address check decorator, it omits a specific task. Okay, this wrapper function is called internally. We cannot see, it is not visible, we cannot see it. Okay, but it is executing internally. What we are seeing, that we are calling the add number, before that check decorator is there, check decorator is fully executed, then inside that we are calling the function. We have taken the function as an argument, and that function will call this part, and it will return a plus b. It will return the result, it will store in the result, and result will be returned, and this is received by this result, and it will be printed. Okay, but you didn't have the question in mind that this wrapper function who is calling, or how it is calling, this we will see it in custom decorator. So come to the next file, that is custom decorator. So in the custom decorator, what we are seeing, first of all, we are creating a reference. Sorry, first of all, let's explain from the right side. We are calling the check decorator function. First of all, we are not calling the add number, we are calling manually the check decorator function. This file is for I will explain this file for how the decorator address check decorates is executing, how the decorator is internally working. I will explain through this file. Okay, through this second code. Okay, so check decorator manually I am calling. Okay, I am not calling add numbers when I am calling. And what we know, what is a decorator, I forget to tell in the beginning only. What is a decorator? A decorator is a normal function that takes another function as an argument and returns a modified function without to change the behavior of the modify to change the behavior of the function without modifying the actual code. So what is the check decorator is there, we are calling the check decorator, and we are passing like the another function as an argument, means we are passing the add number function as an argument. Okay, so this add number function will be received by the function, okay, received by this func. Okay, which is passed as an argument here. Okay, and it is returning the object. Okay, we will see here. When we will call, we have called the check decorator part, and it will be executed, but not internal part. Internal part, Python just read this part, and it will just execute the check decorator function. It will just read the internal function, means wrapper function, and it will return the wrapper function. Okay, so that means this function is returning another function. So, and this is accepting by the accept. Okay, this return function, wrapper function, is receiving by the fun accept. So it is the reference of type class object function we consider as object type of type class object. So it is storing the, okay, storing the value of type object. Okay, so it is storing the wrapper function only. Okay, I have told you check decorator is called, but wrapper function is not called. Okay, until and unless we manually called. Okay, so but it will return, check decorator is called, then it will return the wrapper function. It will be accepted with fun accept. So fun accept is pointing to the wrapper function. Okay, internal function, that is wrapper function. Now what we are doing, we are run calling the fun accept. Fun accept is pointing to the wrapper function. So indirectly we are calling the wrapper function, okay, which is present inside the check decorator function by using the parameter. Also we are passing the parameters 16 and 14. So 16 and 14 we are calling this. Okay, a and b will be receiving the 16 and 14 value. Okay, arguments. So we are checking that if a modulus 2 equals to 0 and b modulus 2 equals to 0, we are checking that if both the values are even or not. If it is even, then we are printing the values, and then we are calling the argument, like the function which is passed as an argument, that is this add number. So this add number will be executed with the help of arguments, and it will it will take two arguments, and it will return a plus b. Then 16 and 14, it will return 30. 30 will be stored here, 30 will be returned, and it will be received by the result. So it is of type, the result reference is of type class integer. So 30 will be stored, and we are printing the result 30. Okay, so decorator is used basically for providing like for modifying the original function. Okay, modifying the actual function. Okay, suppose we are checking that if both the numbers or the arguments are even or not, then the addition will be performed, or else not. In this way, for this kind of thing, we need decorator, so that we don't need to modify the actual function. We just do it by the help of decorator. Okay, so this result will be printed. In this way decorator is working. Now in the first part, how it is working, check decorator done that. Okay, so when I'm calling add numbers, before that check decorator is there, check decorator is function is called. Okay, now what is the inside the wrapper function is not performed. Okay, it will be received, like it will be called like internally. Okay, through at the check decorator, then this part will be executed inside the wrapper function. Wrapper function will be executed, means it is checking if both the numbers are even or not. If it is, then it will call the function which is passed as an argument, that is add numbers. Then it will return the addition part. Addition will be stored in result of type class integer. Then it will return the result that will be received by print. Okay, and now we are printing the result. So both will provide the same output. You will see when I will execute both the files. So let's execute both the file. So in the decorator, I'm in the decorator file, and I will execute decorator part, decorator file first, the original file. Okay, so it will result, like result is 30. Okay, now I will execute the custom decorator file. Okay, so let's execute the custom decorator file. Okay, custom decorator file. It will result, I'm printing the values. If it is even, then the result is same. You are just seeing the result is same. Both the files are providing the same result. Basically, I have explained the second file because to understand how address decorator is working. Basically, address decorator is operating a particular specific task. Okay, specific task. So how it is working, the how the address decorator is working, basically it is a very confusing topic in Python. So many of the who are beginners, many of the learners who are beginners, they didn't understand how decorators is working. Basically, for that reason, I have come up with the video. So if you have any question or any doubt, that lets me know in comment. I will provide these two codes in the description box. Okay, so just wait for my new video. I will again post a new video about the object decorator. Okay, so till then, bye bye.